Okay, we're back at it again. Prompt generator. It's a little prompt composition prompt generator I wrote in Python. It's really dumb, but it just kind of gets me to cycle through different ideas. So, here it is, and I usually just paste this into my notes here. Six, eight, triple meter again. So, kind of the parameters I play with a prompt generator. Time signature, I don't do too crazy. I think the only options are 4424 6898. And then like really basic form stuff that I've been kind of working on. And then a couple different musical patterns or schema as they call them. And then I usually specify some sort of cadence to try to use formula. It's just for practice, really. Okay. Let's get to it. I think the key of the day is B flat minor. Oh, my headphones aren't up, so I can't hear. Kind of into the clavichord lately. Piano tech's sweet, by the way. We should do harpsichord. This is just the free clavichord that comes with piano tech, I think. It's like a legacy thing. Okay, so, oh yeah, that, and then we got to change the time signature. I don't know why I changed it to 6/8. I never do that. Just gonna do it 2/4 and write it in triplets. Kind of the same difference in the DAW. If you're writing it out, music out for a musician, difference though. Difference. Okay. Triplets. So B flat minor today. What's this thing, do I? And then the prompt. So a sentence with an exact repetition. A printer, Chromatic Monte. I'll try to kind of walk through what these things are. If anyone who ends up watching this is not familiar. There's two different ways we could do a printer. I've been kind of focusing on two-part writing, so kind of requires a little leaping around to really make it clear, but basically what a printer is like descending thirds. So we could take this. Sorry if it's hard to visualize, but in B flat minor, this might be one way to do it. Try to zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Descending thirds. And here, it's sort of like a printer that goes to the dominant chord here. But usually you'd have root position chord, first inversion chord, like some sort of kind of compound cadence kind of thing here. And then there's like, in minor, there's like a lot of variety to it. We could have this kind of, this sound here. And this is it kind of overlaps with some different things. But the more typical way you'd see a printer would be, I think, on scale degree 4, and it would go down to the 1 chord. So that one that I just showed is on scale degree 5, or it's scale degree 1 that goes down to the 5 chord. So in this case, we do descending. And since I'm doing exact repetition, and this one you can kind of hear cadences, or kind of on the 1 chords. I'm in B flat minor, what am I doing? So we're on 4 here. sort of like that. It'd probably be syncopation or some sort of something like that kind of. Maybe that's what I'll do, but I'm going to do it faster. So it's going to be, because I have to repeat. So my form that I'm trying to write to is a sentence with exact repetition. We're in 6/8. Maybe we'll do it like this. Have a little bouncy thing I did yesterday too. Or maybe not. And then duplicate. I should probably map out the rest. So then the rest is a Chromatic Monte. So continuation. And maybe we'll do something like this. And just cadence. Maybe that'll just be it, honestly. So the way this works is we are tonicizing. Something like that, a little suspension at the end. So what does this sound like so far? The rhythm's a little funny, but it should be slower. I tend to do things pretty slow. Maybe repeat it up there. Okay, so we have a sentence, kind of, that exact repetition. So the first two bars are pretty much literally an exact repetition here. And then the continuation that the cadences. And we have a chromatic, they call it the Chromatic Monte, which I think means mountain. So you're like climbing the mountain. And it's chromatic because we're tonicizing these thirds here. So you can think of these thirds each as like a triad. So like a D flat major, and E flat minor. Sorry, my dog just wiggled into the room. And then F major, which is our 5 chord. And this is like the root of a chord to the 7th, and this is the 3rd, so it's like a tonicization. Let's tritone that resolves down, tritone that resolves down, tritone that suspend and then resolves down. I'll put this something like this. We could put suspensions here. I don't know. Let's listen to it again. Milo, you're being kind of loud. Yeah, this rhythm's funny because it also breaks it back. So probably there. Sometimes what I do when I kind of get a sentence and a prompt is I'll make the continuation lead to a half cadence and kind of make a bigger structure out of it. But maybe today we'll just make it short and just have this, and this will repeat. Oh. Milo, dude. Okay. So I'll stress it up a little bit, I guess. Maybe we'll put a little suspension here. What if we did that? And then maybe something like that. Maybe we'll do. It's getting funky. We want to try to use a motive. We could take this motive, maybe. And then kind of maybe something like that. Maybe like maybe put like a little more in here. That's a little bit of done. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. So, there we go. We got nothing. So there you go. A little composition. Let's listen to it. With the repeat, we got some editing to do. Maybe humanize it a little bit. So again, sometimes I might go to like a half cadence here and then make this longer by doubling this up so that then the second time it goes to a cadence like this. But today maybe I'll just make it nice. I also feel like I could do like some sort of little lead in here. Gotta watch out. I'm trying to write these. These are supposed to be for the right hand only. I'm still Maybe something like that. I could even do it. I do this too. It's making it a lot harder. Maybe just the one. I think I just want to have a little gap. I mean, as a human, will play this much less accurately. I have like little humanization things kind of happening in Cubase here, like with the MIDI inserts. I have to do. This is kind of lazy. This compressor, it compresses the. It's so that when come from Ableton actually has a much nicer way of doing. I think they call it grooves or something in Ableton, where you can like create like a template velocities for a time signature or whatever you want. Here I did in Cubase too, and it has a nice system too, but maybe I'm not fully using it right, but this just helps make that not get too out of hand, I guess, the way Cubase does it, but I have like the velocity randomized just slightly, and then the length. The annoying thing about Cubase, this is not an annoying thing about Cubase, but a limitation of this feature is if you have notes, like if you make the length randomized a little bit, I'd like to make the length also a little longer, but I don't have that set by default in my template here, because if you say, for instance, have a note like that, it sometimes might roll that this note is longer, and it cuts off this note, and it won't play. So it's not a big problem, but sometimes when you're writing, it's a little annoying, because the whole thing that I wanted to say anyway was, if you're a keyboardist and you're playing and you have a repeated note, it's actually impossible to play this. Because you have to lift the key to play the key again, so there should always be a little gap when you have repeated notes. Just a little mock-up tip, I guess. Anyway, so then I don't know if we want to have like some sort of fancy phrasing. Let's see if my logical editor select 8 notes. Oh, it worked. Yeah. Got a few of the tied notes. That's okay though. We want that, I think. And then we're gonna have some little long short. I think we're gonna do long short. So we'll do this one, and we're gonna apply not the position, the velocity, and the length, so that those are shortened. And now we're also going to apply velocity to everything and the length. Go. This is what I'm talking about. So you see these are max velocity. So you could just go in here and compress it down to whatever you want, but you can kind of also do that automatically a little bit with the compressor, the MIDI velocity compressor. Kind of a funny thing. Okay. So let's do the tempo stuff. Whoop. paste it there, something like that. Oh, that's way too much, so we'll do. That was the boring stuff. So I try to hit like the kind of phrase ending, so or kind of every 4 bars, depends on the music. See, that kind of pulls back on the setup part, and that's kind of how people play classical music. Say that kind of talking more like that style, but actually. So then from there, I usually do the arranger track trick and just duplicate it for my repeat, and then I might fiddle with this stuff a little bit. I don't always. It's kind of nice to sometimes make it more drastic the second time. And then the ending should definitely be more. Okay, let's listen to the whole thing. Something I don't like. I mean, there's lots of things I don't really like, but as is always the case, but so. I think we're going to do a little rhythm here, so we're going to change this in both parts. Like that. Oops, triplet. Hello. Am I? I don't know what breaks that. So one of my key bindings gets messed up sometimes when I'm doing the. I think I kind of like that a little bit better, so. And then we're gonna do the same thing here. And then the tempo here also feels a little funky when we're in coming out of the. Those notes a little bit. The alternative would be maybe to do something. Maybe I like that better without the note there. I think that's kind of better. It also makes the motive and the continuation sound a little more. Okay. Oops. That's okay. this is doable. 1 no problem. Should be no problem. These videos get long. I feel like it doesn't take me long to make it, then I fiddle. That's what happens. Okay, so MIDI 21, and then don't solo, and then audio miniature in B flat minor today. Oh wait, when I click export, it goes crazy. So I am gonna turn that volume all the way down, I guess. See you guys want, because YouTube needs to see this. Okay, I hope explains some of the things that were going on there. One more time, we got the printer. It just steps down from 4 to scale degree 1. There's varieties to these things, and it's basically about thirds moving down. And then here we have that Chromatic Monte thing. Oh shoot, I forgot to use my... Sometimes I forget. I'm supposed to do a compound cadence. Oh, I did. That's a pretty much a simple thing. Happens all the time anyway. Sort of a compound cadence, but sort of. Yeah, anyway. Okay. That's it.